Hello and welcome to Ergotronix, a U.S. manufacturer of ergonomic factory equipment based in Sarasota, Florida. This presentation takes a look at the importance of ergonomics in the workplace today and how our solutions address many of these same challenges. By the end of the presentation, you should have a better understanding of ergonomics and the potential opportunities to leverage these products or solutions as part of your very own value proposition to your customers. So why is ergonomics so important today? Yes, we have a little humor here, and it's true the workforce continues to be a mix of tall employees, short employees, and indeed everyone in between, but accommodating different physical builds is really only part of the ergonomic challenge faced by many companies today. So why is ergonomics so important? No, it's not about our US population getting taller, but let's talk about three key market drivers. The first is our aging workforce, a continuing trend. Loss of productivity is key. And last is the financial burden tied to workers' compensation claims. And so let's take a little closer look at each one of these in turn. First is our aging workforce. Now this is a cover to Newsweek magazine back in 2006, which featured a piece from the World Economic Forum held in Davos, Switzerland. And it was forecasting the growth in older workers and how key they will become to national prosperity in years to come. So roll the clock forward, and certainly their projections about the aging workforce were accurate, and the trend continues. If you follow the yellow line in the chart here from the US Bureau of Statistics, that line being the projected labor force of 55 and over, this age group is growing in share whilst the others are declining or flat. So in essence, by 2024, 1 in 4 workers, or 25%, will be 55 or older. This graphic shows you the projected mix by age group. Now this one spans 30 years, and if you look at the dark gray circles at the right of each group, you'll see the share of 55 plus workers growing from 11.9% to 24.8%. So again, in the next 5 years, 1 in 4 workers will be 55 years or older. And this age group is certainly needed. This is a headline taken from an article by the London Business School. Since 1998, the US has seen employment rise by 22 million to reach essentially what are historical highs. And the vast majority, 90% of this increase, is due to higher employment for workers aged 55 and above. For those working in manufacturing, clearly accommodations need to be made for this age group with respect to ergonomics. The second economic driver for better ergonomics is productivity. Productivity has always been a primary focus in manufacturing businesses. And so when the number of days off work related to injuries doubles year over year, as in this example from Tesla's plant in Fremont, California, then naturally it gets a lot of attention. Larger firms may hire staff ergonomists, while the rest have to find ways to mitigate work-related injuries. And last but not least, the real financial costs associated with workers' compensation claims can't be ignored either. Here are some estimates from the CDC, and as you can see, these are big numbers. More claims and higher costs translates to higher premiums. So where does Ergotronix come in? Well, we started this business with a very simple mission around making it easier and safer for factory operators to handle jobs with a range of work positioning solutions. We organize our portfolio into 4 categories or families, which are shown here, and we'll take a closer look at each one. So let's start with rollers, which we call the Ergo Roll. These are omnidirectional conveyor rollers that are resistant to jamming through the buildup of dirt or debris. They have an open design that allows the dust, etc. to pass through. They're maintenance free. They can be used in dry or wet and submersible environments. And they're supplied either as singles or in pairs, or preset in steel U-shaped fixed length channels. So this unique design allows users to retrofit existing bidirectional roller systems, converting them to multi-directional. We've sold these for conventional warehouse applications, to water parks for moving tubes, to shops who need to move heavy molds on and off storage shelves. We have even created easy on-off roll trays for use with our compact lift transporter that we'll talk about shortly. So here is a short video simulating a slab of countertop type material that needs to be oriented in different directions. The rollers are made of a corrosion-resistant acetal plastic, which helps prevent marring or damage to the material that's actually being transferred. Now in the lift category, we have a telescopic pillar lift called the Ergo I. It's available in different stroke lengths, electric, battery or pneumatic in terms of power, and they offer a simple up and down motion controlled either with a foot pedal or a hand pendant. They can lift loads up to 1,200 pounds, and multiple units can be synchronized to create adjustable height work tables. We've also put these on carts with wheels to create mobile work positioners. Depending on the application, one nice feature is the very small footprint at 10 inches. We've sold these for many applications, such as finishing fuel tanks for motorcycles, grinding aerospace propeller blades, creating Cirque du Soleil masks, take-out food ordering kiosks, just to name a few. The Ergo I is a self-contained lift system that is quiet, safe, and precise compared to many of the other solutions like scissor lifts, for example. So this short video simulates a small engine block which is mounted to the universal plate and then maneuvered up and down using a hand pendant. These column lifts come in 12 or 16-inch stroke lengths, which accommodates most operators comfortably. Getting jobs to the right height for the operator and the ability to move around the job 360 degrees to avoid awkward bending is really the main ergonomic benefit. Here we're not just lifting jobs but transporting them from A to B. This compact battery-operated transporter called the Ergo Tranz essentially fits where conventional forklifts do not. It's the most popular product we sell. These transporters are clean with a small profile and are easy to maneuver by hand. Most often we supply the unit with some type of end effector or attachment tied to the user's specific application. The largest unit can lift up to 600 pounds. There are few places where operators don't have to lift and move something that's heavy, awkward, or both. Not all the end effectors we provide are passive, but some need additional motors to grip, rotate, and or tip something. Some applications need to be able to push or pull an object. And there's also demand for handling heavy rolls of material using an expandable mandrel, for example. So here's a good example simulating a roll application that needs to be gripped, picked up, rotated, and transported somewhere. Other than pushing the unit from one place to another, everything is controlled by a hand pendant, which means a single operator can handle everything. We've sold these for transporting heavy molds, plastic rolls, drums, open core reels, storage crates, aluminum extrusions, fire engine seats, and doors, helicopter gearboxes, you name it, we've seen it. Once we sell one unit, it's not long that the other operators see it in action and want their own. Now let's talk about our family of work positioners, and we'll start with the Ergo Master. This is a manual work positioner with adjustable height. The work object attaches to a fixing plate and a stainless steel ball at the top of the column, which can then be rotated manually through 360 degrees and tilted up to 90 degrees. We make these in bench and floor mounted versions, and we have an all pneumatic model which can be used in explosion proof environments, for example. The Ergo Master provides all the benefits of the Ergo I pillar lift that we just talked about earlier, but with the added benefit of full rotation and angled or tilted access. This is really helpful when the operator needs to access almost every side of the job they're managing. We sell these for grinding, welding, finishing, polishing, QA inspection, stitching, soldering, assembly, etc. Everything is controlled via foot pedals, which keeps the operator's hands free for the task in hand. As I said, this work positioner easily adjusts work to a full 360-degree rotation, up to a 90-degree tilt, and variable height adjustments for either stand-up or sit-down operations. In the video, you can see how the foot pedal is used to free up the ball to allow free orientation. This adjustable friction resistance allows for a smooth transition between positions without the need to brace work through personal strength or endurance. This is essentially the major ergonomic benefit. And the Ergo Master can handle loads up to 300 pounds in weight, depending on the axis of orientation. Now with the Ergo Chief work positioner, we're fully motorized and can handle heavy loads in 2 or 3 axes. It offers a similar work envelope to the manual positioner we just talked about, but this is fully motorized and can handle heavier loads. Now an operator can access their job from practically every angle possible, and positioning is all controlled from a hand pendant. So we can lift up and down, rotate through 360, tilt through 90 degrees to get to the right orientation for safe and efficient operation. We first got traction with this product line with the US Army for tank production, and so it's not a coincidence we call it the Chief. If you need something heavy duty, this is the ideal work positioner. In the video, you'll also notice that the unit is bidirectional. It's not that clear in the video, but the speed is also variable. Both these features provide operators a lot of flexibility to efficiently work on their application. The Ergo Chief can handle up to 400 pounds in payload, and an optional rotary ground system enables it to be used as a powered welding positioner. Not that it would be the right application, but an upright piano can weigh 400 pounds, which gives you an idea of what we mean by heavy duty. Now the Ergo Force has nothing to do with Star Wars, but this multi-axis motorized work positioner puts you in a whole different space, literally. The L-shaped arm allows you to turn an object upside down in midair. It provides smooth and reliable positioning of work to any desirable work position. Tilt and rotational speeds are all easily adjustable, and the unit can manipulate loads up to 600 pounds. We sold these for welding, soldering, and fixturing large components in aerospace, automotive, and similar heavy-duty based applications. A large vending machine, for example, weighs 600 pounds, so that gives you an idea of the type of application ideally suited for the Ergo Force if you need to manipulate something in 3 axes. In the 2-axis Ergo Force system, we can take away the arm and attach the work object directly to the body of the machine. So this means the load center gets closer to the body, and then the load capacity increases accordingly. In fact, it can lift up to 1,000 pounds. That's the equivalent of 2 dumpsters, or if we're sticking with the piano theme, a Steinway grand piano. Now the video here doesn't do justice to the size of the Ergo Force, which stands at 6 feet tall. That said, the control unit only commands a small footprint at 40 by 28 inches. That's a positive when factory floor space is a premium. So here we have the heaviest duty and most versatile motorized work positioner in our lineup, namely the Ergo Control. And as the name implies, you really do have the maximum control with this positioner, largely because it's programmable. It has a large program storage capacity, and it provides the user with an optimized task sequence for each workpiece or individual operator need, while providing the very best ergonomic work position. The L-shaped arm, with unlimited turn and tilt angle positioning, offers easy reach of any work surface without strain, even allowing turning it upside down. Available in 2- and 3-axis standard configurations in workloads from 660 to 17,600 pounds, the Ergo Control is suitable for any rigorous workshop where awkwardly shaped, large, and heavy objects need safe positioning. There are 5 payload models in the family, up to 13,300 pounds for a 3-axis model. And that's equivalent, for example, to lifting, rotating, and flipping over a school bus. Another example here is the vehicle cab, like the one shown in the video, which needs welding at multiple spots. So for efficiency, the operator would program the unit to orient the cab at different locations for a fixed period of time. The operator could weld or complete whatever task is needed in sequence with a high level of efficiency. Now, beyond pressing the start button, the operator is completely hands-free to complete his or her work and just uses a foot pedal to move to the next pre-programmed location. If you take 2 units and straddle the work between the two, you now have what's often referred to as head and tail stock, or a master and slave setup, typically seen in welding for very heavy and large objects. An example would be the work we've done with folks building very large transmissions that are used in helicopters, for example. So that completes the brief overview of each of the product families. So whatever the end user's positioning needs, we have something in the lineup to address their application. So why Ergotronics? Well, our units are floor-based with a minimal or small footprint, and as we know, typically floor space is a premium. Our products do last for years, and they're made in the US. Many applications are different from one industry to another, naturally, and so we provide custom solutions through our in-house engineering team, and they do like a challenge. And a subtle but important consideration is how we complement the operator. Our primary focus is their safety and efficiency, not replacing them with automation per se. Finally, and perhaps we're bragging, but we're privileged to work with leading brands in many different industries. So please check us out online or give us a call, and let's work together to promote a safer and more efficient work environment for everyone. Thank you.